What's going on? It's your boy Gak Cognac back with another video. So as you can see, I have my entire PS1 collection sitting right in front of me, and this is going to be one of those videos that you do because you don't have anything else to put out. So you could say this is a filler video. Anyways, enjoy as I am going to go in depth into every single game that I have in this pile, and I'll try to do it as quick as I can without being too boring. So sit back and enjoy. So as we look at all these games right here, I pretty much have about 94 games altogether. Almost 100 games, just shy of 100 games. So as we pan through, you can see I have a couple games right here like Lunar, Arcalad, and all that stuff, but it's gonna be hard to talk about like all these games without breaking them up into multiple genres. So what we're gonna do is we'll break it up, talk about it like that, and we'll continue on. So first two games that come up is going to be Alundra 1 and 2. Put in the wrong direction, but hey. So the first one is actually published by Working Designs right here. One of my favorite publishers, man. Localizers, actually. And Activision did this one, which you never see Activision publish games, like RPG games, man. So I don't know what the heck happened with that. But both good games, solid RPGs. I always like the first one better because Working Designs always put time in their freaking art, man. So if you look at that, look, they always got the holographic shiny covers. Good stuff. So yeah, got that. This is during a time when I was like buying a lot of games on eBay. So I found both of these on eBay. I couldn't even tell you how much I bought it for, but during that time I could tell you I wasn't looking to spend more than $30 for any of these games. So pretty much I'm pretty sure I got it for that price. Next up, we got Beyond the Beyond right here. So I haven't got to play this game before. I always seen this as when I was young. I actually recently just got this game for an average of like what? Like $20 or something like that. So not bad. You guys see in the video last year I put out. It's complete. Got that. Bam. For sure. Yeah, it's in decent condition. But haven't really like picked up my PS1 to even play, so I haven't gotten time to play a lot of RPG games nowadays, man. That's the only thing. Next up, we got Brave Fencer Musashi, man. Not even sure if this really counts as an RPG game, but technically it is. So it's an action RPG, another Squaresoft game, double-decker, and this one comes with the Final Fantasy VIII demo. And like I said, during the time I was hunting for a lot of Squaresoft games, so I bought a lot of them at GameStop. So here goes Chrono Cross. This is one of those legendary games that everyone must play. Only thing is, look at that. My manual, somebody wrote on it. That sucks, huh? I was never able to find a decent manual for this, but whatever. Bam. So this is a black label right here. Eternal Eyes, I got this last year as well. It is an RPG, but if you look at me, if I look in the back, it does look kind of whack. So I couldn't tell you much about this game, man. Eternal Eyes, bam. So got that for crazy cheap from that one lot I got with the Super Nintendo stuff. Anyways, Final Fantasy Tactics right here. So Tactics was actually a Final Fantasy I never beat, man. You know, it's regarded one of the best Final Fantasy, Tactics games out there. Hyphy Gold at least says that. So I wasn't really able to enjoy it like I wanted to, so I couldn't really tell you like exactly how good the game was. Now what I do have is a sealed copy of Final Fantasy Origins. I think I got this back then for like $15 back when I went on a semi road trip with my friends, and we went to Sacramento, and there was a game store there, and we was waiting for my homie to go pick up some car parts. So I saw the sealed. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna grab this, man. Why not? Maybe this will be worth something one day. As you can see, I even put something on top of it right here so it won't get all messed up. but it's one of the only few sealed games I have for PS1. Next up, we got Final Fantasy Chronicles. This comes with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 4. I've never got to play any of the old Final Fantasies, unfortunately. I just felt like, man, ever since they went 3D, and I couldn't go back, man. So I don't know if I ever return to these. Chrono Trigger is another game I never really got to finish, but being such an amazing game, I don't know why I haven't. Crazy, huh? Too much game, too little time. That's the problem. Final Fantasy Anthology, another game I picked up from GameStop back in the days. You know, when I was just searching for a lot of games. This one comes with 5 and 6. I don't have the manual to this one, unfortunately, but still. I do got 2 copies of Final Fantasy 7. One I bought from a friend for $15, and this original one I actually got as a gift from my brother's friend. He gave that to us, man. That's how we actually got started into RPGs and all that stuff. So bam, one of them is actually the misprint and one of them is the regular one. And I don't know why I still have 2, because Final Fantasy 7 is really not an expensive game at all. Just because, you know, it's one of those bestseller type of games. It came out with so many copies. Now there's the remake, so yeah. Next up, we got Final Fantasy 8. So a lot of people like Final Fantasy 8 over 7 because there was a lot of cool characters and the junction system was pretty cool. Then there's people that hate it. There's always a love and hate situation with this game. To this day, I still never beat this game, man. I've tried so many times and then I just like end up at the 3rd disc and I stopped. So shit always happens in my life where I can't finish it, but it is a really good game and I spent most of my time playing the card game on there. Triple Triad, remember that? Final Fantasy 9 is another amazing Final Fantasy game that I actually didn't get to finish as well. So during the times, like, I didn't get PlayStation 1 games so late in the game. So like by the time like I got all these games, I was already playing PS2 and all that stuff. So it was really hard for me to get to a lot of those games. Grandia, this is actually a game I got on a lot that I picked up from someone for like $20 plus a bunch of other games. So it was almost like I paid $2 for it. Can't complain that I got this game. Doesn't have a manual in there. I believe the discs were kind of scratched. I had to just resurface them. But yeah, Grandia, those are great games. I wish I actually have this on the Nintendo Switch. So if you want to play a remastered version, you can play the remastered version of this game on the Switch. Next up, I got Grand Stream Saga right here. And this particular game, I just remember it was being like $10 at GameStop. And I was like, why not? I was just looking to buy RPG games, and it's a THQ one. I actually didn't even get to play this one either. It's sad, man. I haven't played a lot of my PS1 library. Legend of Mana, another game that I picked up from GameStop back then. I believe it was for like $20. I was really trying to get all the freaking Squaresoft titles, and I do know I'm missing Threads of Fate, and that, you know how expensive that game got. Damn it. Legend of Legaia right here. You already know. This is another great RPG game. I got this for super cheap back in the days. Another one of those games, a double-decker 1 disc. Pick this up, man. This game is still cheap. Now we got one of these semi-grails. Too bad I don't got part 2, but Suikoden 1. I also bought this at GameStop back then for about $30. And another double-decker game right here by Konami. So now this game's actually gotten pretty expensive and rare. I have never played any of the Suikoden series too. Super sad, huh? But we're getting up to the games that I actually have played. Number 1 being one of my favorite RPGs out there. Top 10 easily is Star Ocean II Story. I remember I played this on bootleg back in the days, and then I picked up a real copy at EB Games. So if you guys haven't played this game, this is actually, to me, one of the best RPG games out there, man. Pick this up if you ever get the chance. Or you can get it on PSP in HD. Saga Frontier. This is one of those games that I really couldn't get into. I know they're re-releasing this game on the Switch remastered, but I think it was just during that time when I was young, I like didn't really know the system and how to play RPG games, so I couldn't get into it. At the same time, Final Fantasy 7 kind of fucked me up. It set the standard for most RPGs for me. Vagrant Story. Now this is a game I actually really wanted to get into, and I always wanted this game, man. It took me a while to actually find this, but I looked all over the place until I found this at GameStop back in the days for about 30 bucks. So the graphics of this game is actually amazing for its time. The way they actually like stretched out all the pixels and all that stuff, like they made the game look really good. Check that game out, Vagrant Story. That's gonna be a long video, man. Vandal Hearts 1 and 2, bam, right here. Another series I've never really played, but you know, I got these games pretty cheap along the ways. I think I got one of them from like an anime convention. So these are supposed to be good games, but it's really hard for me to play tactical RPGs, man. Like I really don't have the patience for them, so I just have them. Then we got 2 copies of Vanguard's Bandits. I don't even know why I bought 2 copies. I think I just bought one, and then the other one I won off a bid off of So Cheap, and I just kept them. And there's another Working Designs games, and I was searching for Working Designs games back in the day, so I bought them up. So these games are actually very expensive now, man. I think they run for about $200, $250 a pop. And I got both of them. This one is not sealed, but I kind of just sealed it up because of such good condition. I wanted to keep the sticker intact, so good shit. And then I'm gonna show a couple of limited editions or collector's edition, which is Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, the Omake box. I always wanted this when I was young. I finally found it on bid for like 50 or 60 bucks on eBay, and I snatched it up. I shrink wrapped it when I was working at Game Crazy back in the days, but yeah, this is the game right here. And then, you know, I love my Working Design, so I had to get this Arc the Lad. I think I bought this off of somebody for hecka cheap when I was working at Game Crazy. He couldn't trade this in anymore. I think I only paid like 20 bucks for this for him, man. It was crazy. So I got that. I shrink wrapped this one kind of too, just to keep it preserved, but good stuff, man. We got that. And finally, for RPGs, my all-time favorite RPG right here is actually Xenogears. I also got this game as a gift from my brother's friend, man. Like, the dude was like hooking us up with games, but when we was young, we couldn't really understand how to play this game, so we always got stuck. And it wasn't until I had turned like 16 before I actually really got to beat this game. Super amazing game, man. It's just sad that they ran out of money and, you know, funds, so they couldn't like really finish the game like how they wanted to. So the second disc is like a lot of just you know, reading and all that stuff. It wasn't really a lot of gameplay. So one of my all-time favorites, man. Bam. So we'll move on to the next. But that is my humble JRPG collection right here. Not too bad, given that I stopped looking for PS1 games after, you know, 2009 or so. So whenever now I find a game out there in the wild, I just grab them, man. All right. Up next, we're gonna do my very small but good survival horror collection. All right. First things first, Alone in the Dark. I actually got this for free back at Game Crazy because somebody tried to trade this in once again, and my manager couldn't take it in, but they just left it there. So my manager was like, "You want this?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want that." Now, I never played Alone in the Dark. I only played the one that came out in 360 and PS3. A lot of people hated that game, but I don't know. I found some enjoyment in it. I thought the storyline was alright. Next up, we got Galarians. I do have this on PS2 as well, the second game. But this is supposed to be like some crazy stuff, man. I never even got to like play this game, but I got this at GameStop back in the days for like 20 bucks. So, bam, 3-disc game. It's supposed to be like Elfen Lied if you ever watched that anime. But it's a tight game, man. Next up, we got Parasite Eve. Here we go. This is the game, man. When you make a survival horror and an RPG together, man, that's it right here. Masterpiece. I still don't see why they don't remake this game compared to all the other games. This one's got the DVD. This one's got the demo up in there with Xenogears and all that. Good to have. Actually, recently just got the second copy So I swapped it out because the copy I had the marker on there. So good stuff, man. Some Iabria. I'm still looking for part 2, man. That game's so expensive now. Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. Bam. Classic right here, man. Can't beat that. I actually found this at Goodwill for a couple of dollars, so that was pretty damn good. Anyways, Resident Evil 2. If y'all watched that lot, I picked up a bunch of like grails for PS2 and PS1. I got Resident Evil 2 and 3 right here. So y'all already know Resident Evil 3 is actually my all-time favorite. And I recently just got this copy back because I got this game for my birthday back in 2000. And man, we played the hell out of this game. Back then I was too scared to play, so I just had my cousin play it. Both of these games are great. Had my cousin beat both games before I was even like had the courage to beat it. Scary ass games, but they were great. Next up, Dino Crisis. Now for some reason, like, man, me and my cousin, we tried to play Dino Crisis, but back then, like, I don't know, we couldn't get through it, man. I felt like the puzzles and stuff was too hard in this game. But I do want to, like, man, go back and finish this game, dude. So this one's got the demo disc of Resident Evil 3. But the copy I had back then had the demo disc of Dino Crisis. But this one doesn't. Let my homie borrow the game back in the days and they fucked it up. Anyways, that's why I don't let people borrow shit anymore. We got Trag right here. A lot of people don't know about this game, but my brother actually bought this game for me. This is not exactly a survival horror, but it plays like a Resident Evil clone. But it's still kind of scary if you ask me. It has some jump scares in it, man. This game was pretty cool, but I couldn't beat it, man. I always got stuck. So it's pretty much a game about there's a bomb in a building and you're trying to rescue everybody and get the bomb out or something like that. So I don't know. I think I watched somebody beat the game on YouTube recently. Lastly, I got Silent Hill right here. What more can I say about it? It's a classic, man. Super rare. This copy is actually really pristine. I got it off of that kid that sold it to me along with all the Super Nintendo stuff. Really good to have. Only Silent Hill I'm missing is actually the one that's a remade on PS2 to complete the collection. So there it is. That is my small little survival horror collection. So I love me some survival horror. I do want to go back and revisit a lot of them, man, just because they're such good ass games. This is gonna be my fighters or fighting game collection. Nothing too great. I got Distrega, which is like basically a Dynasty Warriors clone. Because Dynasty Warriors, when it first came out, was basically a 3D fighting game. But right here, X-Men vs. Street Fighter was a game, man. I don't remember if we bought it or we borrowed it, but we played the hell out of this game. This game gave us so many blisters, man. So y'all already know, like, old school Capcom fighters are like hecka rare now. But this game, man, I remember it was like Cyber Akuma at the end that whooped our asses, man. Great game, though. Button masher game right there. Then we got Gundam Battle Assault 2. This came with one of the lots I picked up. I never really played Gundam. Matter of fact, I'm not even a big Gundam fan, man. Crazy, huh? Tobo number 1. This was a Squaresoft game, so I had to get it just because it was a Squaresoft game. But I am missing number 2. I got this pretty cheap. I think it was like for 15 bucks back in GameStop. And it comes with a Final Fantasy VII sample CD. Bloody Roar 2. So, man, Bloody Roar was hella fun. Bloody Roar 1 is actually one of the first like games I got for PS1. So when they announced part 2, I had to have my mom get it for me for my birthday. So I think she got this at Comp USA back in the days. And this is still the original copy. Great game, man. It was such an original game that you can have, like, you know, people turn into like animals and insects and stuff like that to fight each other. Good game, but I still like Bloody Roar 1 better. Then we got Fighter Maker, man. This game makes me so freaking mad. I had like work with my dad all summer, and then he was gonna buy me a game, so I was like, all right, man, let me get this game, because I thought like you could create your own character and you know, fight and all that stuff, but they made it so difficult to even like play, man. This game was hella whack. So I still have it just to remind me of how I worked so hard in the summer with my dad just get this whack ass game, only to be disappointed as fuck. But later I redeemed myself and I worked a little bit more and I got Ear Guys. That was actually for one of my birthday presents back then. But you know, I still had to work for it, man. That's how my parents did me. So Ear Guys, you know what this is. This is a Squaresoft fighter game. It actually fights, it has an RPG built in there as well. That was the cool thing about it. So I guess it's almost like a Tekken, but with like swords and all that stuff. Then we move on to the Tekken games, man. I mean, come on. Tekken, man. Tekken 3 was actually my entry to the series. So I actually played this like hecka much with my brother and stuff. We thought it was a hecka funny ass game, man, because the characters are just so wacky. So yeah, I got Tekken 2, Tekken 3 right here. It's like one of the first 3D, solid 3D fighters, man. We got Bushido Blade 1 and 2. I remember, man, me and my brother played the crap out of the demo. And you only use wooden swords back then. And we would like literally play our asses off with these games right here. By the time I grew up, you know, my brother didn't really play games after that. So I just bought this and played this myself. So it wasn't as fun. Then we got Star Gladiator from my homeboy Namudi. He sent this game to me, man. Yeah, made by Capcom. So that is my altogether fighters collection. Nothing too great, man. Like I don't have a really like a good ass collection of a lot of games for PS1, but I got what I could. I don't know where to put this, so I'm just gonna put this as my like specialty games. You know, games that were like interesting and cool. Like this is gonna be it. So I know Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 could be in the RPG pile, but I don't really count it as an RPG, man. I think it's more like an adventure game. But it's a Mega Man adventure game in 3D, so it's kind of different from its usual Mega Man series. But yeah, y'all already know I got these for like almost $5 a pop, man. It was crazy. Funny thing is like this thing still had the Game Crazy thing right here, sticker. Gives me memories, so like I kept it on there. Now, I got this at back in California, they had this play and trade back then. They had a couple sealed games there. And I actually picked this up in Dragon Warrior. I picked this up for $10. Dragon Warrior 7 I got for $20, but I don't own that game anymore because I sold it for like $200-300 back then. So I still got this sealed, man. Tenchu, this game I bought last year for, I don't know, it was 10 or 20 bucks. But I just wanted to really play it. I had this back then burnt in a bootleg, and this was hecka fun, man. Tenchu's my shit. I still need Tenchu 1 though, man. Tenchu series is one of my favorites because I love me some ninja games, and this is something that I freaking cherish. Probably the only greatest hits game that I ever have is the Castlevania Symphony of the Night, unless I find a black label. But since it's just as rare, and I will replace it eventually with the original black label, man. You already know this is a legendary game right here. Even the greatest hits is worth $100, man. Here we have Einhander. You already know I hooked up my boy Namudi with a copy of this and ended up making my copy whole. So you already know this is Squaresoft shooter. This is a freaking crazily expensive game which I got for hecka cheap back in the day. So good stuff. Got Front Mission. Finally, I got a Squaresoft game in my collection after like 15 years. Because this one came with a lot. Now, I'm not big on mech games, but because it's a Squaresoft game, I need it in my collection. So this is a game I got for like literally $1 at GameStop. Now, I used to own this game before, and then like, man, one of my homies lost this game. That's why I don't let people borrow shit, man. So I ended up replacing it by buying this one for $1 on clearance at GameStop. Now, if y'all don't know, this is actually, if you ask me, this is like almost to me a prequel to Samurai Western, because this is basically a Western Samurai game, and it's hecka fun, dude. Y'all should check this game out. It's like hecka over the top, so it's a cool game. So I get to use a samurai sword and a gun, run around in the Western setting, and just pretty much kill everyone and spank the shit out of them and do stupid stuff, man. It's just over the top. Cool game. This game I got for my birthday back in the day. It's Jackie Chan Stunt Master Me and my cousins, we was always into Jackie Chan, man. He was the shit back in the days. He was our hero. So this game is a platformer. It's pretty much voiced by Jackie Chan, and the stunts were done by him and all that motion capture stuff. So it was a heck of a fun game, but man, this game was kind of hard, dude. But I ended up beating it. Good game. It's actually pretty expensive now. But Jackie Chan Stunt Master, if y'all ever get a chance to play this game, man, play it. It's fun. And we got that Metal Gear Solid right here. Come on, who don't like Metal Gear Solid, man? This was like, man, when I first got into this game, I fell in love with this game, man. I beat it like so many times in a row after that because the storyline was just so good, dude. So, what more can I say about that? We got this Covert Op Nuclear Dawn, another game I picked up from Game Crazy for free because somebody traded it in and couldn't get no money for it. So, I never played it though, but I hear it's a Resident Evil clone. But yeah, not bad, right? So that is my miscellaneous specialty games, I call it, right here. Now next up, let's see. We got, this is my basically multiplayer co-op pile. So we got War Games DEFCON 1. If y'all never played this game, it's kind of like a, I wouldn't say army men, but more like person, you know, 2-player head to head. You get to get on mechs and helicopters and ships and all that stuff, and you kind of, it's like a Twisted Metal basically. It's like a Twisted Metal but with like military vehicles and all that stuff. It was fun, man. I liked it. I had that burnt, so I finally got a copy now for myself. Anyways, we got Diablo. Y'all know I picked up a couple of copies of this last year. Back in the days, I opened up a Charizard packet and freaking, you know, my brother's friend was like, I'll trade you this game for that. And we traded them just because we wanted games to play back then. But this game right here, man, it was kind of scary for us to play back then. But, you know, it was like cool that it came out for Ps1 at the same time it was co-op. So it's a good game, man. It's cool stuff. Now, I'm a big Twisted Metal fan. So unfortunately, I don't have the other Twisted Metals, but I started off playing like Twisted Metal 2, which I still need in my collection. So after that, I just started buying like a lot of Twisted Metal games and games that's like it, like Vigilante 8. So if y'all didn't know, these are like vehicular combat games. So y'all already know, man. Twisted Metal 4, I didn't really like it, man. It was hella whack to me. But Vigilante 8 was tight. Like you get to use cheat code and all that stuff and play as a alien, school bus and all that stuff. This game was tight, man. So I wish they remade that. Now I've talked about this game before. This is a Trap Gunner. So you know, it's a 2-player head-to-head type of game. That's why it stacks like a co-op 2-player party type of game. So I already know this is like a game where you set traps and you shoot each other and pretty much go head-to-head with each other, and everyone has different skills. So it's starting to be a grail now. Man, y'all should pick up this game. This game is really good. Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, man, love this game. This game was heck of fun, dude. I remember back then my brother's Japanese friend brought this game over and we was all playing this, and this fool was whipping all our asses without even looking at the screen. That's how good he was. But I think later in the days we just figured out he was hella good at, you know, randomly placing the tiles so fast that we couldn't keep up. But yeah, man, this game I picked up at GameStop as well. So good to have, man. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all can't see me in this game. This game's hecka clean. Ken all the way. Got Crash Bash. Now, I'm not familiar with the game because I don't really play a lot of Crash Bandicoot games. I just picked this up because, you know, it was in a pickup. But it is a party type of game. So, if y'all know anything about it, let me know. Blast Chamber, dude. This shit was hella funny back in the days, man. I remember it used to be on the demo. We used to play this all the time. And it's like, man, it's pretty much like playing Monkey in the Middle or something like that. You gotta like freaking keep the guy with the bomb. Whoever has a bomb on him, you have to run away from him and try to like whoop his ass and knock him down and keep him away before the time limit runs out. So it's hecka funny. So Blast Chamber, this game is hecka fun. We had so much fun playing this game, dude. Got DDR right here, Dance Dance Revolution. I swear I only got this game because my cousins, like, they really wanted to play DDR, and they lived in San Francisco in an apartment. They couldn't play it because they would make hella sound and shit. So like we ended up getting this game so they could play at the house. So that's kind of like my multiplayer stack right there. Now I'm not really big on racing games. Yeah, I'm just gonna show this for now. I got this interactive sampler. It's still sealed. Got my favorite Twisted Metal 2 on there. But yeah, I don't really like to play a lot of racing games like that. So I only got a few games. This one I found at Goodwill for like $1. Gran Turismo 2. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Ridge Racer. This is actually a Japanese version. The only Japanese game that I got. So that came with one of the lots as well. But I never liked how Japanese PlayStation games look like. They look so generic, man. So I wouldn't even collect from. Then we got Ridge Racer. I had this forever. This is also like another gift. I don't know how the hell, but my brother's friend gave us hella games, man. This is more arcade style. I didn't really like this game at all because it was too arcadey for me. Then we got Driver, which really isn't a racing game, but it's almost in the same genre. You could say this is almost Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto came out. So, yeah. Alright, that's that stack right there. I just call this the random stack because I don't even know where to even like put it. So, this consists of just random other games that I have. Now, some are good, some are crappy, but it's just a random stack. I don't know where to put it, man. Like this one right here. Look, we got this big old game. Shockwave Assault, which is like an airplane shooter. Can't even get it in the view. Anyway, so this is, I don't even like these big boxes, man. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, it ain't really even worth anything to sell. So it's just there. Got Tunnel B1. I'm not even sure what this game is. I always seen this back in the, what you call it, magazines back in the days. And it just looked hella weird. But let's see. We got Nuclear Strike, which is like another Soviet strike type of game, helicopter game. I got this from that stack. Y'all already know. I'm not interested in that. Populous. It's almost like a sim type of game, I believe. Strategy type of game. Or is it? I'm not even sure what this game is about, honestly. But another game that I got from that lot with the Super Nintendo. Final Doom. Another game I got in that lot. Final Doom's kind of rare, man. So, Duke Nukem, another game I got in that lot. So that basically a lot of these games I got in that like Super Nintendo lot. Duke Nukem, like I always like, you know, this game was always like hella funny, man. Because you could tell like this is pretty much Arnold Schwarzenegger right here. Then we got I know this doesn't belong in that pile, but since it's incomplete, this is Toomba. I got from that lot back in the days where I bought a bunch of RPG games for hella cheap. So I still need the backside to this. I had a chance to complete it, but I didn't like a dumbass. So it's incomplete, man. Got Darkstone right here, another game I got in that lot. So I'm gonna bring them all out, all these lot games, man. Don't know nothing about it. Gunship, nothing special. Don't know nothing about it, so I'm not gonna spend no more time with these games. But these are from that lot. Soviet Strike, Civilization. Like, come on, man. This is some bullshit ass games. Shoot. Then we got Codename Tanka, which I don't really know nothing about, but another game from that bullshit lot. So I just call this the bullshit lot. Anyways, Medieval 2 right here. I believe I got this for free when I worked at GameStop. Because, you know, somebody tried to trade it in and I got it for free. And then we got Area 51 because I really like shooters, arcade shooters. So I got this game for hella cheap back then. And then we got Tomb Raider Last Revelation and Tomb Raider 3. Another game that I got in that lot. Actually, it's from a different lot, I believe. And we got Siphon Filter 1 and 2. I believe both of these games I got from the Goodwill for a couple of dollars. So, can't beat it. I love these games, man. These games are hella fun, especially Siphon Filter 1. Siphon Filter 2 was tight too, but they didn't have the air taser like number 1 did. But this game was hella tight. Hella fun. Makes me want to play it again. And then like this really doesn't belong in any pile either, but this is actually, I got 2 copies of Elemental Gearbolt right here. So this is a Working Designs game, so I was looking for it, and somehow like Vanguard's Bandit, I ended up getting 2 copies because it was so cheap. And these are another games that's hella freaking expensive now, man. But this is basically a rail shooter, like Area 51 style. But it has like anime style art and all that stuff. Heck of fun, man. It's not a long game at all though, but it's a cool game. But yeah, I got 2 of them, man. I don't know what to do with it. But like I said, Working Designs, so they always have that hologram stuff. Heck of clean. So this right here is my entire collection of PS1 games. So I hope you enjoyed all these games that I got in this long ass video, man. So let me know if y'all want to see any more collection videos that I got, because I know I don't really talk about my PS1 stuff and you don't really see it, so I figured I would put it out for you guys to see. And at the same time, since I did that collaboration video of the games that I do like to collect, which I said PS1, might as well make the continuation to that video. So make sure you guys actually check out the video, the collaboration video that Pickflip and Lightsaber Samurai did. I'll link their channels and you can see what everyone else talks about on what they collect. So if y'all like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you guys on the next video. This is your boy Gat Cognac signing out. Yeah, I'll see y'all later.